Hi everyone, I'm Oliver, and today with my partner Dunyan talk about the presentation. We group title is the coffee breed. So let's we start.
So firstly, looking at the company overview, Coffee Brigade originally started out from a coffee van, which bring goodie bags to those in need within the Brisbane community. The goodies in the bag includes a variety of the sandwich, fresh seasonal fruit, hot coffee, tea, and Milo, and a selection of the kind donated treats. All of the jobs are done by the volunteers, who also prepare the fresh sandwiches for the goodie bags. To date, it has been recorded that Coffee Brigade has distributed around 3.4 million cups of coffee, around 3 million sandwiches, around 95,000 volunteer hours contributed, around 20,000 days of service spent, and around 1.5 million conversations conducted.
Looking at the business access, the CB distribution goods for the coffee van only and daily basically to the group for the people in need around the servicing city location. However, the business is not about the food or coffee, but it's most important is about the kind of the understanding. Over the business to seek and build prosperity in connection with the homeless and the distribute group. The business is the registered challenger chain cherry when it have been the distributed free goods to the Brisbane company for over the digit business standings. Our with in connection to help our those human need positively and respect member of the Brisbane company.
According to Brigade, the statistical definition of homeless is where a person does not have suitable accommodation alternatives. There are also various other forms of homelessness, such as having rough sleeping, people living in crisis or temporary accommodation of householders, in tents, or living in severely crowded or substandard dwellings.
CD contribution is to help those in need and help to the connect different people with the different identified and the social for classes. For example, CB help to connect with the donut volunteer, homeless and need people, the teenager, to give those the kind of to those who the explanation the different time. CB not only the teach society to give the love to people, but can also help homeless and needy people to understanding there are this not care and help office.
Currently, Sabis has several folds of challenges. Given the fact that CB usually relies on donations to provide food and supplies to people who have difficult times. However, during COVID time, the donations have decreased by 20%, with the cost of general supplies and necessity have increased. With a present reliance most on the application and acceptance of grants, ideally on multi-year contracts, as well as gathering additional contributions. CB are hoping to pivot and attain more corporate sponsors and partners to support its worthy operations.
Identify the partnership in the relationship between the two more people to do the trading or business. Each person contribute money, property, labor, or skill, and share in the profit and loss of the business.
By seeking partnership, CB can leverage on finding another organization who shares the same value as CB does and to do business with CB. The objective is to leverage on the partners' resources of foods and supplies to help CB to continue to distribute goodies to communities that demand help. Through partnership, CB will be the one that contributes labor and skills. The partner will contribute money, supplies, and able to enjoy legal exemptions from the certain aspect by partnering with a registered charity. The benefits that CB can get out of the partnership including the fact that its challenges of having decreased supplies during COVID time could be potentially solved by receiving additional source of supplies from partner, more capital inflows brought brought by the partner, limited external regulations, lower cost compared to having to explore donations and supplies itself. Overall, by going into partnership, it is a win-win situation for both parties.
In return, CB also have the valuation offer into the partner for explained between the reject charge into include bringing in the partner with firstly limited extension the resolution, secondly legal the explanation explained it for the tax property the thirdly opportunity for the income study for granting, blowing, complete, and listed. It will be easy to change its the legal strategy.
So one thing that is most important for CB is to securing its grant sponsor partners and donors and make a memorable, informative, and impactful sales pitch is to expose itself more to the audience. Eventually, more needy people will learn from the business and seek for help from it, but it will also attract more people from the society who are willing to help out the business with donations, food supplies, and the necessities to help improve homeless people's living conditions. To create more brand awareness and reach target audience, our recommendation is to open up a TikTok account as a business, especially with more younger generations using TikTok for leisure time. It is more likely for them to observe what's going on in the society and potentially help CB to gain more exposure and let society learn from the business. One successful example of the company that used TikTok as its social media platform to create brand awareness and exposure is an Australian non-profit charity named Canteen Connect, which is the organization that drives record-breaking sign-ups to support young people affected by cancer. It is an online community where young people dealing with their own or close family members cancer can connect with each other and get counseling support. By onboarding to TikTok, the charity left over 7.2 million impressions and has helped increase 33.6% target conversations and 16.47% click-through rate. Similar to Cutting Connect, CB can also do the same and leverage TikTok to create more brand awareness and help connect potential donors, volunteers, partners, and people in need together so that it could help more people out. So I think it's all of our presentation. Here's our reference list. That's why we do some research from. And thank you for listening for today. Thank you.